Welcome back, legends. It is me, Mr. Muppet. So I've been watching the Battlefield news lately and nothing really interesting has popped up so far. A couple teasers, some pictures and a lot of leaks, as expected. But I was browsing online and I found this Reddit piece from over a year ago. Now you might wonder, why would I, Mr. Muppet, be discussing a leak? Normally I would never do this. But when reading this text now, a year later, it is clear that this guy knows what he's talking about. And I don't consider this a leak, but I consider this valid information. A lot of his information is confirmed right now, and besides that, nobody else on YouTube seems to be talking about this. At the time it was a ridiculous leak and people called him an obvious fake. But since last year, a lot of information has dropped. With all this new information, I want to have a look at this forgotten information from somebody who obviously played the game. This will be clearing up a whole lot. I hope you can't hear the neighbor's dog barking, but if you can, my apologies for that. As soon as this video is over, I'm going over there to take a giant crap right outside their door. And while I'm next door, and you are here watching my video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. So this leak was posted 1 year ago on the 29th of May 2020. The user is a single use account with the name of Stick Wennerstrom and the title reads, Leak. The next Battlefield, I know what it is and I want to share my impressions with you. One use account, don't expect any further information from me. I'll read the entire text so you can decide for yourself if this sounds real or not. I am totally convinced there's no way he could have known this info without actually being a part of it 1 year ago. Let's continue. Hello everyone. As we all know, the next Battlefield is set to release in late 2021 for next gen consoles and PC. I have early playtesting experience and want to share my impressions with you. Keep in mind, the game is in a very early pre-alpha state. Nothing is set in stone yet about certain mechanics and other stuff. Let's dive in, shall we? Well, there's no real info besides the release date. Let's just move on. The game has currently no official name. Internal, the game is called Project Mescalacious. I had 3 sessions of playtesting so far for an early build of Battlefield's core game mode Conquest. However, the matches we played had space for 128 players, 64 per team. Interesting. So 1 year ago, he knew confirmed info about player numbers. In the comment section, these Reddit guys believe him instantly. The map we played was in a very early stage. No textures and no ambient sounds. But now, the most important thing you all wanna know. Where is the next game playing? I can confirm the next Battlefield game will return to a modern warfare setting. I spotted an unfinished M1 Abrams tank and the beloved Humvee from Battlefield 2 and 3. However, there are some new vehicles we never had before in Battlefield 3 and 4. The map we've played has several water areas and there are attack boats available for 6 players, similar to the ships in Battlefield 1 Turning Tides. There are also playable AC-130 gunships, but you have to buy it with such called mission points. More details in a few seconds. The last vehicle I spotted was a normal quad bike. This piece of text is saying a lot as well. First of all, the modern war setting is confirmed. Then he proceeds to talk about vehicles and is talking about an M1 Abrams and a quad. Now I'm not familiar with tanks at all, so I have no idea what kind of tank is in the leaked screenshot, but I can definitely see a quad on fire on the right side. He also talks about a Humvee, attack boats, an AC-130 and some new vehicles. Now I want to know more about these mission points. I don't exactly know how this will work because in the playable build they weren't working. I couldn't call in the AC-30. Kills and revives don't contribute these points to the squad leader's pool. However, there are 2 terminals on each flag you can interact with. If I have to guess, I would say people can interact with these terminals to get missions like Capture C, so they earn a certain amount of mission points. We'll see how this works. To me this sounds interesting and engaging for play the objective players who want the good toys. Mission points to call in an AC-130, like Modern Warfare Killstreaks, but these points are not attainable with kills and revives. This is really interesting. I can remember there were certain capture points in Battlefield 4 which would let you get an AC-130 over time on certain maps. If this new system would be implemented, it would mean that DICE has been thinking about some priority questions. For example, how do we promote teamwork? In Battlefield Talks, my new Tubecast show, I interview Battlefield fans and I've asked several how they would promote team play. The returning answer was mostly there needs to be an incentive. I think that gaining mission points would be a hell of an incentive to promote team play, and I can't wait to see if this is true. Moving on to weapons. In the early build there were 3 weapons with names but no sounds. First weapon was the M4, second was an SP40 and the third was an LMG called the G8. Looked a lot like a big MP5 with a drum magazine if you ask me. I'm no gun expert, so I don't know if these are real names or just placeholders. Okay, it's very possible, I don't know what else to tell you. Moving on to the map. The map we've played was all white with no textures. However, I can share a few details about the layout. First, it was huge, like really huge. I counted 10 flags which were different numbered than before. A1, A2, B1, B2. The new thing about this is, if you kept A1 for example, A2 is faster to capture. I guess this should motivate to build a front instead of zerging from A to C and E backwards. You also get more mission points if you kept both flags in a row rather than going all over the map without a clear front line. The map itself looked like it is set on an island with a sea surrounding the island. The flag layout was interesting. Each one flag was accessible on water, while the 2 flag was more inside the island. Well, let's talk about this. First of all, huge maps with huge player counts confirmed. He's talking about 10 different flags with different numbers like C1 and C2. Now where have we seen that before? Exactly, those leaked screenshots. Some very interesting information is that if you capture flag A1, then A2 is faster to capture. Now this would mean it would motivate players to stick together and promote team play again because of those mission points. He's also talking about a map that is set on an island surrounded by water. He exactly describes Tanegashima Space Center right now. These are things that were not known 1 year ago. Moving on to movement. The movement was not representative for the final game. I was told so. It was pretty much the same as in Battlefield 5. However, there was one new feature I spotted, and that was a super sprint like in the recent Modern Warfare game. It is linked to some sort of stamina bar. After the super sprint you're walking very slow until you have enough fresh air in your lungs. I say it's a bayonet sprint without the bayonet. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the read. Have a nice day. This all seems incredibly real to me and I can't find any flaws in this story. He is talking about the Tanegashima Space Center map. He is talking about huge maps. He's talking about 128 players. He's talking about flags with numbers. He's talking about a Modern Warfare setting, and nothing in his story seems to be false so far. To me, this is most definitely valid information, and the most important thing for me is that DICE is going all out on team play, and it could be really fun by introducing mission points. It won't be quite like Modern Warfare, but getting an AC-130 because of good team play, I mean, that seems kind of rewarding to me. So tomorrow I will be live streaming the reveal trailer at 1600 CET or 7 AM PDT. It would be nice to see some of you there. Let me know what you think about this leak. I can assure you not even Jack Frags has noticed this one. I'm calling it a day. Leave a like if you came this far and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you when I see you.